Hey, what's going on everybody? Paul Tech here, and welcome back to another full review unboxing video here. Today I present you with the isinwheel or isinwheel, depending how you want to pronounce it, a seated electric scooter. So I thought I was going to be receiving the H7 Pro, but taking a look at the box here, it looks like they sent me out the H7, which I'm super excited and very thankful. So thank you very much, isinwheel, for sending over the scooter. Let's get this unboxed. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the box here. And in this review, I'm gonna try to give you as much information about this scooter that I possibly can. So if you're possibly researching this scooter on YouTube, you're gonna get a lot of valuable information here with this review. But opening up the box here, let me bring in the camera a little bit closer so you can go ahead and just take a look at how everything is packaged. And as you can see, it is packaged extremely nice here. You got styrofoam on both corners of the box, you got bubble wrap, you got zip ties. As you can see, this scooter is not moving during shipment, and the box came in pretty good condition as well via FedEx, but everything's looking pretty good there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to get this scooter out of the box by myself here. I was reading on the website, this scooter weighs about 111 pounds and it's pretty heavy. I mean, I'm sure I can get it out by myself if I keep trying, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab my son. So if you can go ahead and get a second person to help you get the scooter out of the box, it's just gonna be a lot easier on the back for you. But as you can see, we're getting the scooter out very easy there with two of us. So take a look at how well this scooter is packed. And this is basically what you want to see from a scooter company when they ship a scooter to a customer, that everything is wrapped, protected. This looks really, really good in my opinion here. So there's a lot to unwrap, to remove. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that real quick. All right, so you can go ahead and take a look at how everything looks now once the scooter is unpackaged. I got the zip ties off, the styrofoam, all the bubble wrap. And as you can see, you are gonna get quite a good amount of accessories here. You got the user manual there, which we'll go through in just a moment. You got the handlebars, the front tire, the seat. Now everything is covered, it's well protected, so I'm not noticing any type of damage to the scooter or any of these accessories. I like how everything is just covered and protected. Now there is going to be quite a bit of assembly here, as you can see with all the items I have laid out here, but let's go ahead and take a quick look at the user manual. All right, so I believe the user manual is going to be inside this zip tight bag here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up here. It looks like you have what looks to be like a thank you card from the company, and there's also going to be ways of reaching out to them if you need some type of support. And let's go ahead and take a look at the user manual here. So if you're going to pick up the H7, I highly recommend open up the user manual, because isinwheel always gives you good detailed step-by-step information when it comes to the assembly of your electric scooter or electric bike. And as you can see, it gives you all the information there. It shows you all the different types of components. Now I did go on Amazon, doing a little research on this scooter here, and I noticed that isinwheel did a dedicated assembly video, very detailed, so you might want to check that out on Amazon. And when it came to assembly, I did have to install the stem, the handlebars. I had to tighten some of the components on the handlebars as well. I also had to install the front fender, and I also had to install the front tire. Now, if you can get a second person to help you to install the front tire, it'll be a lot easier, but if you need to, you can definitely install the tire on your own by yourself. I also had to install the kickstand. Now, when it comes to all the tools, the bolts, everything is going to be provided for you in the box here with the H7. And then I also had to install the rear suspension, and that's going to be to the right and left-hand side. And again, if you can get a second person to help you with this part, it'll be a lot easier to, one person can hold up the back of the scooter, then the other person can remove the bolts, and then you can put the rear suspension in place and then reinstall the bolts where they're supposed to go. But again, if you don't have a second person, I'm sure you can do this on your own at the same time. And moving on from there, I also had to install the foot pegs, the right and left foot pegs. Very easy to do. And actually, these look like really nice foot pegs. As you can see, they fold out, they fold back in. Really nice. I also had to install the front headlight. And again, in the user manual, it's going to show you step by step on how to assemble this scooter. I'm just kind of going through it real quick here. There's a plug and play connector that I had to connect after I installed the front light there. But again, refer to the user manual. All right, so moving on from there, I also had to install the seat. And as you can see, the seat is really nice. It's covered, it's protected. Let me go and get it out of the plastic here. Really nice black seat you got here. And as you can see, you got a bolt to the bottom right there. All you got to do is just slide that seat in. And with the Allen wrench that's provided, you just tighten down that bolt to get the seat installed. Very simple. And when it comes to the assembly, you are going to have to install the rear tail light. As you can see, it's nice and protected there. You also got this protective film covering the brake light. And there's 2 bolts with included tool you just secured to the rear of your H7 there. Very simple. You also got this carbon fiber like design faceplate. So this plate basically mounts to the front of your handlebars. You just remove the 4 screws and then you just mount the faceplate, the shield, to the front of the handlebars. Now you also get an added bonus here. You get mirrors included with the purchase, which is pretty awesome. Usually this is a separate accessory you would have to purchase, but this is included and they just screw right onto the handlebars, and then with an included wrench, you're just gonna tighten the mirrors down. And I can't wait to test out this scooter with the mirrors. Also included is some reflectors. So these reflectors are going to go to the right and left hand side of the forks of the front of your H7. But that's pretty much it. Assembly took me, I would say, about 45 minutes to an hour. I did have my son help me with some of the assembly. And taking a look at the H7 now, fully assembled. It looks really nice in my opinion. I like the design and style here, especially with those brake reservoirs. The fluid up on top with that blue greenish color. With the wires running down on the outside of the fork, I might put those in the future underneath the light for a more cleaner look, but this definitely looks good in my opinion. I'm definitely getting some Honda Ruckus vibes here, or even like a Vespa vibes from the scooter. The specifications and features here. So you are going to get metal fender to the front there. As you can see, to the front tire, you have this nice street pattern design. To the side of the tires, it says it's 14 by 3.2 size, and it's a tubeless tire. Nice big rotor and the red brake caliper there. And again, these are hydraulic brakes. To the back, you are going to get a metal fender as well. And you get a really good size brake rotor right there and the red brake caliper. And again, to the front and to the back is going to be hydraulic brakes on board here. Now taking a look at the other side of the rear tire, there is going to house your 1500 watt motor. And as you can see, it's a really large motor. Now isinwheel claims that this scooter can reach a top speed of 35 miles per hour, and we're definitely going to test that claim out in this review. But it's a really good big size motor you got there. And when it comes to the battery, it is going to be housed underneath the scooter here. It is a 48 volt 15.6 amp hour battery. Charging port is right there. It has this little cover. And when it comes to the charger, it is going to be a 2 amp charger that is included with your H7 here. 2 amp charger should take you around 7 hours to fully charge the battery. Now with the footboard here, it's a really nice area where you can be able to store your items, maybe groceries, a backpack. You got some nice grip tape to the bottom footboard there, really nice. And just a quick look at the handlebar setup here. As you can see, you get a pretty good length. You're going to be sitting nice and upright with these handlebars here. Full twist throttle to the right hand side. Really nice looking grips. Really nice setup you got here with the handlebars. We'll come back to that in a minute. Now with the H7, you're going to get 2 NFC tags. And these NFC tags are what you're going to use to turn the scooter on and turn it off. Now, out of the box, once you get your scooter set up, you're probably going to be doing something similar to this, trying to tap them onto the display to turn on your scooter, but it's not going to work because there is a switch underneath the seat here that you have to power on. So those NFC tags will only work if you flip the switch here. It's like a breaker switch. So once you switch it on, then the NFC tags will work. The scooter has power. Now this is also going to be a way so you can turn off the power is by flipping that switch off and switching it on for power. All right, so now that you switched the scooter on now underneath the seat, the NFC tags will work. The display is going to light up. nice color display here. It's going to go into park mode. So that P means park. You have to press the brake, either the right or left hand side, and that will get you out of park mode. So once it's in park mode, you're not gonna be able to ride the scooter until you hit the brakes, and now the scooter is ready. It even says ready on the upper left hand side of the scooter, and then you're gonna be able to use that twist throttle and go. Now every couple seconds of not using the scooter, it will go back into park mode. So again, you gotta squeeze the brake, either the right and left hand side. Now you got power. This S button next to the throttle, that is what you're gonna use to switch through the 4 different modes on your H7 here. So you just press that S button if you want to go to the first mode, second mode, third, fourth. Press it again if you want to go back to first. And then again, after a couple seconds of not using this scooter, it's going to go back into park mode. It's a safety feature. Just press the brake. And taking a look at the display now, as you can see, it is ready to ride now. You have your miles per hour right there. You have your different speed modes. You have your battery bar right there. And right there is going to be your odometer or trip. And on the left-hand side is where you're going to have your light switch right there. So once you switch on the light, you get a little icon right there that shows you that the front light is on. Now underneath right there is going to be your turn signals. And when you activate the turn signals, you get a icon that shows the turn signal is on. It also makes an audible sound for the right and left hand side. And these will not just turn off automatically. As you can see, it is on right there, but you have to manually switch the turn signals off by putting it right back in the center. You also got your brake there. When you press it, you'll get this little red icon that will pop up right there when you press the hydraulic brakes. Horn right there, a nice, good sounding horn. And then you also have this button right there next to the horn, which I'll go over in just a little bit, but that button is going to control the lights along the side, which again, I'm going to show you just a little bit in this video how cool those lights look once you press that button. But as you can see, this is how the display looks. Very nice, colorful display. Also, when the scooter goes in park mode, the throttle, it will not work. It's not going to give you any type of power with the throttle until you press those brakes and get out of the park mode. Then you got power to the throttle. Now the H7 also has an alarm system, so when you use the NFC tag to turn off your scooter, that activates the alarm. So if you have it parked outside and somebody walks up to it and tries to roll off with your scooter, the alarm's going to go off, the lights are going to flash, the rear wheel is going to lock up with the motor, and they're not going to be able to roll off with your H7. So an excellent security feature you have here, and it works really well. And the only way to deactivate that alarm system is with the NFC tag by touching it against the display, and that will deactivate the alarm system. A very, very cool feature you have here. All right, so go ahead and take a look at the front headlight now. As it's on, it's off. Let me turn it on again. It looks really good in my opinion. You also got turn signals here. That's the right turn signal, and then you can go ahead and take a look at the left turn signal. So really nice front headlight, and you got turn signals. Take a look at the back rear light there. That's when I press the brake. As you can see, it lights up nice and red. And then you also got turn signals to the back light here. So the right turn signal, I'm going to turn on the left one so you can see how it looks. Very nice and visible in the daytime, as you can see there. Now, let me go ahead and share with you how the brake light looks when you turn on the front headlight. So take a look at that rainbow effect you got there to the back of the brake light. This nice, light animation going on. As you can see, when I press the brakes, it still lights up and illuminates a bright red color. So really nice brake light you got there. Now going back to this button right here next to the horn. Now once you press that button, that is going to start up this light show that you got going on here on the footboard on the right and left hand side. And as you can see, even in the daytime, you can see these lights nice and clear, colorful. So it looks really nice. I'll take a look at how this looks at night now. So if you are looking for a scooter that you want to be seen, not only in the daytime, but at night, especially at night, you have these side lights that you can cycle through about 6 different colors just by pressing the button on and off. And then you can cycle through the 6 different colors. And it looks really sweet. It looks really nice in my opinion, nice and bright. Let me turn on the headlight. Now the headlight is nice and bright. You're not gonna have no problem seeing while you're riding your H7 at night. Even the tail light, the brake light, illuminates all these different colors to match those side lights that you got there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cycle through another color here. And look at that one. So all you got to do is just press that button on and off, and it'll cycle through. I believe it's like 6 different colors you got there. Really, really nice in my opinion. All right, everybody, we are going to be doing the hill climbing test here. We're going to just see how well the H7 can climb up this hill in my neighborhood. So this is the biggest hill that I have in my neighborhood, and we're going to see, can it maintain speed? Will it reduce in speed as it's going up at the steepest part of the hill here? So let's go ahead and get this started. Speed level 4, highest speed setting. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. So here we go. You see we are at 13 miles per hour, 16, 18, 21 miles per hour, 22, 23, 25. And we are approaching the steepest part of the hill here. We are reducing in speed, 22, 21, and 20 miles per hour. So we are pretty much at the top of the hill. The H7 made it up the hill perfectly fine. Now you'll notice here, let me go ahead and share with you this hill. Again, this is a hill that you would probably find in a lot of neighborhoods. And as you can see, it made it up the hill, but at the steepest part of the hill, it did get lower in speed. So just keep that in mind. This scooter can probably make it up most hills that you're gonna come across, but it probably will reduce in speed as it gets to the steepest part of the hill. But there you go, there you have it. That was our hill climbing test, and the H7 passed. All right, let's go ahead and move on now. I'm gonna start in speed level 1, and I wanna see how well it matches up here. So let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully you can see my screen and everything here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this is speed level 1. So speed level 1, it's showing 15 miles on the H7 display and 15 miles per hour on my phone here. So this is pretty accurate. So this is matching spot on. Let's bump it up to speed level 2. All right, I feel that motor kick in. So H7 display is showing 21 miles per hour and 21 miles per hour on the GPS. So that's pretty spot on right there. All right, so speed level 3 now. Let's see how fast we can get. The display should show 28 miles per hour here. So let's see if we can hit 28 miles per hour. Let's go. All right, we got 13, 15, 17, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. We got 25. Got a strong headwind right here. We got 26. All right, so we saw, let me call it right here. I think it was 26 was the max speed, and then 28 on the display here. Let's turn it back around. Let's go for it. All right, level 4. Let's see what we get. See that top speed here? All right. 21, 22, 24, 25, 26. Woo, 27 I saw. 28. Come on, 29. 30. We got 31 right there. We got 30. All right, that's pretty good, pretty good. All right, so I want to share with you this video clip that I took the day before doing a speed test on this road. So it's a different road than the one you just saw. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm basically trying to see how close can we get to reaching that top claimed speed of 35 miles per hour. So I have this on speed or mode level 4, the highest setting. As you can see from my GPS on my phone right there, I'm at 27 miles per hour. 28 miles per hour, and there is a lot of strong wind hitting me right here. I'm at 30 miles per hour right there, and I think right there we hit 31 miles per hour. So I'm a 220-pound rider. Again, a lot of factors will affect top speed, battery percentage, the weather, the road, the terrain, all those take into account affecting your top speed. But I hit 31 miles per hour as a 220-pound rider. So, you know, you never know. You might be able to hit that claimed top speed of 35 miles per hour if maybe you're a little lighter than me. Maybe there's not so much wind. Maybe there's no type of incline in the road. Yeah, you might be able to hit that 35 miles per hour claimed speed. But I got 31 miles per hour. Now, when it comes to the total weight capacity that the H7 can hold, it's going to be 330 pounds. That's the total max weight capacity here. Now, isinwheel recommends that this scooter will be a good fit for anybody from 5'2" up to 6'2". For me, I'm 5'7". I fit very comfortable on this scooter here. And as you can see with my posture, it's a very comfortable upright sitting position that you have on this scooter here. I went on a 12-mile ride on this scooter and I didn't experience any type of fatigue or soreness in my arms or in my back. Now with the seat here, it is a firm seat, but it is comfortable, but it's not like super plush. But after the 12 miles, you know, I was pretty comfortable still sitting on the seat here. The foot pegs are of really good quality. I have a size 10 foot and my shoes, my feet fit perfect on those foot pegs there. And again, they're pretty good quality. They don't fold on you when you are riding. So you got really good foot pegs on there as well. Now let's just go ahead and talk about suspension now. So this suspension is super plush. It works extremely well. You can probably see from the video there how well that suspension is working, and it works excellent. It soaks up all the cracks, all the bumps in the road. Coupled with the air-filled tires, those tubeless tires, you got a very comfortable ride. Again, you got front suspension on board here and the rear suspension and the air-filled tires. So you got a very, very comfortable ride here. Now when it comes to the throttle response and the acceleration, you got a lot of power with this scooter here. So you got really good acceleration. Once you twist that throttle, this scooter just wants to go. And there's no type of dead zone within the throttle. So you're gonna get good torque, good speed off the line, and fast acceleration here. Now let's go ahead and talk about range here. So again, with the H7, you get a battery that's 48 volt at 15.6 amp hour. And this battery, I feel like it's a pretty good sized battery. It's not the biggest battery in a scooter, but it's not the smallest either. Now, I was able to go on a 12-mile ride the other day, and when I got back home, I still had 2 battery bars remaining. And that was with me pinning the throttle pretty much in mode 3 and 4 the entire time, just trying to ride as fast as I can. So I'm sure if you're a little bit more conservative with your throttle and the speed you're going, maybe keep it in mode 1 and 2. And honestly, mode 1 at 15 miles per hour feels good enough. Even at mode 2 at 21 miles per hour, since you are sitting on this scooter, it definitely feels like you're going fast. You know, it feels fast enough, you know. So maybe if you keep it on that lower mode, you might be able to get that claim range of 43 miles off of full charge on the H7. But again, range is going to be a thing that's going to be different for everybody. It depends on how much you weigh, the terrain you're riding on, steep hills, all that stuff, the weather, wind, all plays a factor when it comes into battery life and range. Now, really quick, let's just go ahead and talk about these hydraulic brakes that you got on board the H7 here. Now, these brakes are very good, very responsive. You get excellent stopping power. These brakes on the H7 are probably one of the best brakes that I've used on any electric scooter and electric bike. And I've used e-bikes that have hydraulic brakes, but these brakes are just dialed in. They are just perfect right out of the box. I haven't had any issues with these brakes out of the box. So excellent stopping power with the hydraulic brakes on board here. And with this scooter here, when it comes to cutting those corners tight, you know, carving out on this scooter, it does an excellent job. You got some really good solid tires on the H7 here. The scooter just feels very grounded. It feels stable on the road. You just feel like you got so much control when you are riding the H7 here, and you feel safe. You know, I feel safe, well, as you can see, riding on the road right here. And this is going to be a perfect commuter scooter in my opinion. So as you can see, I'm riding over here to the store, and I just want to highlight this feature on the H7 on the footboard. So on the footboard, as you can see, you have this little storage area right there. So this is perfect for putting in some groceries, some products, some merchandise that you bought from the store. Even if you're a student and you want to put your backpack in there, your books, your purse, whatever it may be, you got that storage area. So again, this could be a perfect commuter scooter to get around the town, hit the stores. Maybe you want to get a scooter while you're on vacation, take this with you to kind of navigate through the town or the city that you're traveling to. Or maybe you just want a awesome scooter just to zip around the city, zip around your neighborhood. Because honestly, this is such a fun ride. I have so much fun riding this scooter here. And like I said, it feels very grounded. It feels well built. I feel safe riding this all around my town where I live. And this scooter is just so much fun. You know, if you ever rode a Vespa or more like a Honda Ruckus, if you ever rode a Honda Ruckus, like the 50cc scooter, it feels just like that, except this is electric. So, you know, in my opinion, this is a fantastic option for a wide variety of people, and I think you can get so much use out of a scooter like this. But that's pretty much it for my full review. Again, I try to give you so much detailed information in these videos. Sometimes they do go, you know, 25 minutes long, 30 minutes long, but I'm trying to pack in so much information. So, you know exactly what you're getting before you make that purchase. And I just want to mention real quick that you are seeing the flickering on the display on the H7. That's just the way my camera is picking up the display with the frame rate. But in real life, the screen does not flicker and you will be able to see it. Now in direct sunlight, it is kind of difficult to see this display. I mean, you can still see the numbers in the video as you can see on the display, but it is a little difficult to see in direct sunlight. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so if you're interested in picking up this electric scooter, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link in the description below of this video. That'll probably take you to either Amazon or isinwheel. I believe at the time of this recording, this scooter is being sold for $719. Honestly, there's a lot of bang for your buck right there. There's a lot of value for that price, but definitely click on the link in the description below of this video to get the latest pricing on this electric scooter, the isinwheel H7. All right, everybody, if you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, informative in any way possible, please hit that thumbs up button and please subscribe to the channel for more future videos. Everybody, this is Paul Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next one.